hear from the state of Kansas. Pennsylvania, are you awake? Are you ready to win? Are you ready to send Dave McCormick to the United States Senate? Well, we need you, Pennsylvania. We need you. You are why I flew out here today from the great state of Indiana. I flew out here because I recognize, as someone who happened to have been born in this state, that next to the great state of Indiana, there's only one other state that I would put in this category, and it is the state of Pennsylvania. And this year, you are going to determine not just what's going to happen for the next 4 years, but you are going to dictate the course of our future. I know that sounds extreme. I know that sounds dramatic, but that is the case. We have hundreds of millions of Americans depending on you individually, you collectively. We need you to vote. We need you to vote early. Who has already voted early? Thank you. Thank you. So many of you. I encourage everyone to try and vote early. Certainly show up on Election Day if you can vote early, and encourage others to vote. You know what's at stake. Prices are too damn high. Our border is too damn open. We are projecting weakness abroad, and our adversaries are taking it out on our friends. Folks, this has to stop. There's one other issue that the Democrats like to emphasize. They call it our democracy. They like to present themselves as protecting democracy. Well, let me tell you, folks, our democracy is about protecting minority rights. And in the United States Senate, we do that by requiring 60 votes for anything big to pass. It's called the filibuster, and the Democrats want to get rid of it. Bob Casey wants to get rid of it. Folks, are we going to allow him to get rid of it? No! It's good to hear. And I believe you. I believe you. It's time we step up, because if the Democrats eliminate the filibuster, they add new states to the union. This sounds preposterous. This is the case. They add Washington, D.C., Puerto Rico. They become states. Then they pack the U.S. Senate with liberal senators. Then they pack the Supreme Court of the United States. Then they pass all sorts of horrible legislation, maybe legislation to ban fracking. Maybe legislation to get more control over your lives in so many different ways. Are we going to let that happen, Pennsylvania? No! I didn't hear you. No! You sound fired up to me. I'm a United States Marine. Not everything gets me motivated. You motivate me, Pennsylvania. Listen, Dave McCormick believes in you. Dave McCormick believes in this country. Dave McCormick believes in our system. And that is why we believe in Dave McCormick. Dave McCormick believes what he was taught at the U.S. Military Academy. I'm a Naval Academy grad, so it's a big deal when a Navy guy is touting an Army guy. I got to tell you. And I was in a really close race, very similar to Dave McCormick's in the state of Indiana some years ago, 2016. Against someone who was a household name, sound familiar? In my own state. His name happened to be Evan Bayh, two-term governor, two-term U.S. senator. Daddy was a U.S. senator, okay? And I used to like to say that my opponent was running on his dad's name. I'm running on my dad's values. Dave McCormick's dad's values are your values. They're Pennsylvania values. And we need him to deliver those values to Washington, D.C. Duty, honor, country. Folks, I would ask the people of Indiana in 2016 to send in a Marine. They sent in a Marine. I ask you to send us Army reinforcements. Please show up. Show up to vote if you haven't. Ask everyone you know if they have voted, if you think they're going to vote the right way. Take them to vote if you can. God bless you. God bless America. Keep fighting.